do you got there?
I got a nice juicy fly in there.
Ooh, chug that shit.
I'm taking it down.
No,
Taking
are
it
you
down.
really? That's gross.
That's for if you take it down, Tigala or Hog wins.
Tigala wins if I take this down.
Let's go!
He did.
Massive
He just
fly.
swallowed a massive
Like
fly of
this.
scotch. I don't know why you just didn't take it out and swallow that. That's gross.
For my guy Tigala.
For your
Hey,
guy, Figaro.
That's far.
Let's go.
Alright, you know what? Sure. Yeah. For your guy, Figaro.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
what are we doing? This podcast
Yeah.
off the rails. Get me a bug too.
Works for a last company, I work for it. And from you see his which cause you know he's a bandit that say Mr. Mac. Lord, Lord, Mr. Mac falling. Mr. Mac falling. You, Mr. Mac, Mr. Mac, Mr. Mac. Yeah, you, Mr. Mac, Mr. Mac, Mr. Mac. Aha, you, Mr. Mac, Mr. Mac, Mr. Mac.
Welcome back to another episode of Tranquilo Sports. We are here to cover the final, the last major of the year. We are joined by Javi Portal, who's been joining us all major season.
Our majors expert.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know about an expert, but sure.
I do want to say,
appreciate being
Our
on.
majors guy.
I went on Javi's pod and I hit the outright.
You did.
We're gonna need some outrights today, Javi.
Hey, look, I got a few outrights. I don't know if they're gonna hit or not,
Yeah.
but I did hit Robbie Mack last week, so
That's a nice pick.
Big
that
hit.
was a nice one. That was.
What
a good
was his
hit.
odds going into it?
They're like,
They were massive at the beginning, but I bet them after Friday's round.
Got you.
nice.
Yeah, I wanted to make a live Sunday round bet when he was down like a couple of strokes, but it wasn't giving me the option.
Dude, the only live bet I took was when Adam Scott jumped Aberg by 1. I threw a little bit on Aberg just to win, and he choked.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I had some on Aberg also.
Yeah.
My main was on
Bobby Mack.
Bobby
Bro,
Mack.
but the Mac, if you really look at the way the whole Mac thing went down, it
Yeah,
all
a lot of
started.
people were heated about that.
Yeah,
drop.
it all started when he was in that rough and he took that practice swing.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't take that practice swing, he
Yeah.
doesn't realize that there's a sprinkler head right there and he doesn't
Yeah.
get the relief.
Yeah.
He could have taken a hack and that ball could have gone God knows where.
He was gonna-
ends
he
up
was-
getting this crazy relief and puts it to like 10 feet for eagle. And then now you're like, holy shit.
Yeah,
He hits the putt and now he's one stroke back. But that changes the whole dynamic of that round for
I
him.
didn't have a really problem with that drop. The drop was fine.
No, I didn't have a problem with it either. It's just
There-
the way that
there
it
was-
went down. If he doesn't
yeah.
take that practice swing, then the whole situation is completely different for
It's
him.
crazy because he was going to lay up. He wasn't even going for
No,
it.
of
He was
course
just
not.
punching out. He was
Yeah.
going to punch
Yeah.
out. And
There's no way he could have gotten it from that
Crazy.
lie.
I mean, you
That's
could
what
have seen the
happens.
sprinkler head though. And
Yeah, yeah.
Once he saw the sprinkler was there, like you're entitled to your drop. Like
Yeah.
it's,
No, of course.
it was
Yeah.
within the
It
rules.
took
so
the
I got no
it took
problem
the
with
practice swing for him to even notice that it was
it.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
well, of course, you don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I loved it. I was all about
Yeah,
it. Dude.
if he picked Aber, he'd
Yeah.
be like, "Yo, screw that."
Yeah.
Well, it was actually a win-win because I had Aber also, but the odds I had on
Yeah.
Right,
on
exactly.
Bobby Mack were way better. I got him
Yeah.
at like I think it was when I bet him, he was at like plus 1,000 or something like that. So it was solid
He's
odds.
always good.
He's a great champ. I'm very happy
Yeah.
that
I
that
like
he
him
won.
too. Yeah, he's a good dude.
His
And
first, he
fact
won the
he's Scottish
Canadian
and-
Open,
Yeah.
and then he goes here and he wins the Scottish Open.
Yeah.
So something about those
Yeah.
international opens he likes.
He's
Yeah,
gonna be-
and
he's
we
gonna
got
be
the Open
hammered.
this week.
And
man.
then yeah,
Yeah.
Even you know, saying he's not gonna be sober until
Yeah.
exactly.
like Thursday.
Yeah.
As I wouldn't either.
No.
I'd probably be trashed all week
If
too.
it wasn't the Open, he would 100% not even be playing in this. So
No, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. He's taking it off, but
Yeah.
no, I'm excited for it. Last major, a little sad that it's the last major of the
I
year.
know.
But,
Season flew.
I do love the. I felt like I like that the Open is the last major of the year. I think it's like it's nice. It's to me it's a very fun major because it's the last one, but it's the most unique. It's the most different of
Yeah.
all of them. It's overseas.
Yeah.
It's the oldest of them. It's got the most tradition, and it's like we're watching it in the mornings versus the
I was gonna say, you
afternoons.
just go out and you just come home at 5 in. It's oh shit.
Yeah,
7
oh,
holes
perfect.
in.
Let's go. Great.
That
Catching
is
the
fire.
morning wave.
Yeah.
And it's a totally different style of golf.
Yeah.
These guys got to go play. Totally different factors. It's a lot harder to handicap from a betting perspective, or just predicting it.
You got
weather.
The good
everything.
thing
There's
is
so
too,
many
you technically
things.
got 2 PGA Tour events going on at the same time in like one day. So you watch these European tours like the Scottish Open, and then you had the ISCO Championship going on.
Yeah.
Which there was a ton of good golf, and those guys were all shooting like 23 under, and they had I think it was a 5-man playoff this past weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw that.
No,
but
yeah,
it went,
5-man
it
playoff.
went into I was looking it up, bro. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, this leaderboard's got 5 guys at 22 under or whatever
Yeah.
it was. And Hoey actually had a chance to win, but he bogeyed the last hole, and then it went into a 5-man
Is that
playoff.
when he missed like a? He
I don't-
missed
I
like
didn't
a-
see- I
there
didn't
was
see-
somebody. No, it was on Live.
No, that was on Live.
No, that was
This
on
guy
Live.
missed a
Yes.
2-footer.
Yeah, that
Oh
would have
my
beat
God.
Surge's team. He was
Yeah.
on Bryson's Live team.
That's
And it was to
brutal.
lose the individual title also.
Yeah,
Both.
they lost both.
It cost him
Four-
2.5
4 mil?
but that putt cost him total, and then it cost him
Oh,
like
yeah.
2.5 million.
Yeah.
For him personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That one hurt.
Because I
Spain,
think
Spain
he-
had a day. Let's just say that.
Yeah, well, they were saying it's
Vamos
like one of the,
España.
it's one of the best sports days in the history of Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wimbledon, Sergio wins in Spain on
Yeah.
Spain's soil,
Yeah.
which
And
is
then-
a huge deal
and
there
then
because
Liv.
they don't have a lot of golf tournaments
Yeah,
there, so it's a
exactly.
big deal
Yeah.
having a pro tournament there. So having him win that, and then you saw them win Euros.
Yeah, Euros. Crazy.
That's a
So-
stacked day for them. Good for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited to get into the Open. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, no, I'm pumped about it too. It's been an awesome golf year. It's been, every major's had a different winner. It's obviously been the year that Scotty's won a million tournaments, but it's just a lot of guys have like the U.S. Open with Bryson winning was huge, and it's obviously all the storylines still happening with Liv and all that. Still kind of happening, but it seems to kind of be meshing a bit more. And now we've come to the final one, and I don't know. I'm hoping to see. I've got a few guys, but I'm hoping to just have a really good major, and the last few years has been really good. So the Cam Smith one in particular, I remember that one. 'Cause
Yes.
we were together on
Yeah.
vacation. We actually happened to be on vacation like pretty much every Open, and we had the pool. We won the pool that year.
We
'cause had
did.
Cam
We
Smith.
did. That was
And then
electric.
And then I also had Cam Smith outright. So when he came back on
That's the
Rory, my
best.
arch nemesis, although Hobb was right there too, he didn't pull it off. It's okay. Yeah, so I'm kind of hoping for something like that. All the majors have been amazing this year, and hoping for a nice grand finale.
Well, the
Troon.
good thing is, obviously Scotty's had that dominant year, like you said, but we're at the point in the season where everyone's like in their form. It's like you've either found it at this point or you haven't.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot of good people playing. Aberg's playing great. Morikawa's playing great. Obviously Bryson's playing great. There's
Xander.
Xander. I mean, there's a ton of guys right now that are very good that are playing well
Yeah.
also.
And I'll say on the flip side, there's a lot of big names that you could say aren't playing well
True
too.
that. 100%.
So you have a lot of, which is kind of is fun because that's the interesting thing about golf. At any given moment,
Yep.
you can find form like
Mhm.
this,
Yeah.
especially at that pro level.
Yep.
It's like we all play a lot of golf. Like you just know, so one round you're awful. You're like, man, I don't even know how to
Right.
play this game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take 2 days off and you go out the next. It's like a whole different player,
Yeah.
and you're just crushing it.
Yeah, and a couple
So
of
it can
breaks here
flip,
and there can
but-
really alter your rounds too.
But you have a lot of guys that are playing well, but there's a lot of big names too that really haven't been informed so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
The Max Homas, John Rahm, Justin Thomas,
Jordan
Victor
Spieth.
Hovland, Spieth. Yeah, I know.
Speed.
Spieth is a big name.
I gotta say,
He's a
Spieth-
big name, not a top player.
I
anymore.
gotta stop with the only reason I stopped the speed thing.
He's
was
I
just
mean,
'cause
he's
I
a
hope
big
Lu-
he's a
just 'cause
big
I hope-
name.
Just because I hope Lewis Arias. is
Yeah,
watching.
no, I know.
That's the
He's a
reason why.
sweet
That's
fan.
actually the sole reason why. I
Guy
really
hasn't
stopped
played
it.
well, but
He
he's
played-
up there.
The thing with
He's a
Spieth-
big name.
Yeah.
He's a needle mover.
He's
100%.
a big name, and he also plays really well at the Open. So, for the sake of Lewis Arias, if he's listening,
Yeah.
I'm actually having lunch with him tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'll bring it up to him.
Let him know.
But I think that another interesting thing about the Open, why it's harder because it's such a different style of golf, so it's hard to
100%
handicap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's off feel. And I think that's why you see guys like Jordan Spieth
Yeah.
play better there. You saw Scotty. I heard a press conference with him earlier today saying like how he prepares differently. He's like, it's a lot more feel. I do a lot less technical work. I'm just trying, it's a lot more visual, getting used to different types of grass. Like it's a lot drier, faster there. The shots you hit are different.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. And then you have guys that are playing well that really don't fit Link style golf historically.
Exactly.
Guys like Bryson. Bryson's arguably the best player in the world right now.
Right.
But historically, he's really bad at the Open. I
Yeah.
think his best finish is 8th, and the rest are like 60th or miscut or like they're really not good.
Yeah, you either fit well in these type of environments or you don't.
And I think a lot of it is, Bryson's very technical, very numbers, and this is very feel oriented. So maybe it's not that he can't win, because I'm not going to doubt that guy's game anyway. But it's definitely harder for him. I feel like it's maybe harder for him to like play this style just because he's less of a field player and more of a technician out there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that'll be interesting to see how he goes about playing here, as being one of the hottest players on tour. A lot of storylines. Rory, another storyline. We can go on and on.
In regards to Bryson, I'm taking Bryson just because I have to at this point. Like, he's just played so well, not only this season, but especially in majors.
Yeah.
Plus, he just won me the U.S. Open, so he's going to get that complimentary. He got a little toss on the Open. But I agree with you. In terms of, like, style of play and fit for Bryson, it's not necessarily the best. But there's also, like, he's also such a nuke that, like, there's a lot of short holes in this course that he can, like, do some damage if he just takes advantage of those holes. But again, he's someone that, like you mentioned, like doesn't necessarily fit, but he's playing so well that it wouldn't shock us.
I'm not counting him out. I'll have some Bryson action also.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I was just saying, it's interesting how he's right now the best player in the world. I would say, and
I love that take.
We don't know if he's gonna. We don't know. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get from him.
That's a hot take.
Well, I mean, it's either him or the criminal, and whether he's in jail or not, we don't know. So, so right now it goes to,
I'm just saying that because he hasn't really played. I mean, we haven't seen Scotty for a few weeks. So.
Yeah, he hasn't been sleeping either. He's been either robbing houses or taking care of himself. What do you want to tell you?
And then we got Rory. I mean, what do you guys think about Rory? He's got
Rory.
outside of Scotty, he's got the next best odds.
Rory's playing well, and I mean, this is a course that he plays well at. So I think he's going to be right up there at the top and in the mix. But
is he?
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
exactly.
But do you think he's? Because we all know Rory's got the game. We all know he's probably going to play well.
Yeah,
he's going to be in the mix. But is he cooked mentally now? Like,
what happened in that last major, I think will either maybe be that thing that he actually needed, right, to like almost hit that low.
Yeah.
Because he's been in those situations and like he's choked a lot. That almost feels like the biggest choke job of recent history that I can think of for him. It might be something that he disconnected. He went to, I think, New York for like a month and just like completely got away from it.
Yeah, he went off the grid.
Yeah, and maybe that's he got back with his wife. I mean, who knows? I mean, dude, there's so much shit that happens off the off the game that maybe this was the thing that turns the switch for him to be like, you know what? Like, at this point, what the hell do I have to lose? Like, I really got to stop being hard on myself. That obviously my game's there, but when it comes to those moments, like, I compete with everyone else. So it could be that, or it could be like, shit, that was my best chance to do it, and I'm screwed, and I'm just never going to get that break. It's one of those weird things. Like, I don't think we'll see the Rory of, like, just floating in the middle of the pack. He's going to be up there. It's just a matter, like you said, like, can he turn that switch?
And what we were saying earlier, too, like, I agree. Like, I believe that the Open is, if Rory's going to get another major, it's the Open. It's just he plays so well in link-style golf. He's obviously
played great this past weekend, too.
He played great. Honestly, what's crazy is that, like, he even then, like, this week, he played great to start. And he didn't even have his best stuff, but he was always just in contention. Like, he just naturally really fits really well in these courses. And he's also very good.
I think also in the back of your head, you know what's coming next week. So, like, this isn't like a huge, like, let me put my gas, my foot on the gas and try to win this tournament. Obviously, you go out there with the intent of winning every tournament. But in the back of your head, you're, like you said, you're getting a feel for things. You're more feeling out the course.
He's doing a lot more prep for next week.
Yeah.
He's obviously trying to win. He won it last year. He's the defending champ.
Exactly.
And but as much as I like to hate on Rory, and that's just more of a, I feel like it stems from my Ryder Cup love and all that. you can't. The guy's so good. Like
He
you
is so
said,
good.
he
He is
doesn't
so
have
good.
he doesn't have his best stuff, and he's in
always
contention.
still gonna be
He's
around,
the king.
yeah.
I make fun of it because he's the king of backdoor top tens. He's out of contention, out of contention, out of
Yeah.
contention.
All of a sudden,
and then like even when he's playing bad, out of contention. Sunday, 64, boom,
Always happens.
Seventh place finish,
3
fifth place
hole outs
finish.
from the bunker,
Yeah.
like
just
rolling
like crazy
23
stuff.
way.
Like he always throws himself in the mix.
But you know what that
even when he's
says?
playing bad.
The pressure maybe is the factor that really kills him at the end of the day. Because in those moments that he's shooting those 64 on Sunday, he's tied for 36, so it doesn't really freaking matter.
In his press conferences for the U.S. Open, he talked about how on 16 he started thinking about that putt. The putt got in his head. He openly has admitted, which I kind of appreciate Rory coming out and like really, I like hearing what them openly saying like, man. Yeah, I had a 2-footer and I started thinking, shit. I started shitting my pants over a 2-footer.
Yeah.
That really, that you think that would never happen to a pro. Like that was such an
guy that's been in that moment too a million times.
I would have missed that.
People have
every time.
We've all missed 2-footers. We know.
I don't even think I would have cut. I don't even know if I would have hit the hole.
and then you saw the one on 18, and then but to me, I think the bigger one for him was the one on 16 because that's what he's talked about.
Yes,
that, like
true that.
That was a way easier putt. The one on 18, like that's a tough putt.
Yeah, it is.
It really is a hard putt. The one on 16 though was a shorter putt. It was relatively simple, and he said he's like, I got him.
That's the one that you can't miss.
I got him ahead, and once he does that one, then like, just the doubt starts to creep in, and
100%.
So we'll see. I like we'll see if he's able to bounce back. We've seen pros do it. Look, we saw a couple years ago, last year, he choked the Masters away. He shot 4 over the last day, and you saw him. He came out and says, I learned from this.
Right.
I'm not gonna make that mistake again. I know what I did. Kind of the same thing. Look, I know what I did. He didn't openly say like Rory, like what exactly it was.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna keep that to myself, and it's not gonna happen again. Whatever. Maybe he just played conservative, didn't play to win, whatever it was. And he says, no, I'm not. It's not gonna happen again. And then he came out the very next major, and he dominated.
Yeah.
He won the PGA. Rory's done the same thing. He's kind of come out and says, look, I've learned from this. I got in my head. Whatever. He choked.
Yeah.
But I've learned from it. I'm coming back. Like I have the game. So he's saying all the right things, but. I still personally, I think he's not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I still
I
think.
was just saying, I was literally just in my head. I'm like, dude, everything you're saying is kind of talking me into like liking Rory.
Yeah.
But God, strike me right now if I ever take
I'm not doing that. I
Rory.
say that because, and I'm saying this just because, like, you guys know, like, I mean, put on live right now from the PGA, and I guarantee live from the Open. I guarantee you they're gonna be talking about Rory. Like
he's the talked about guy. Yeah, he's the face.
So you gotta talk about him.
Yeah. And another one, we might as well just jump right into it. Let's just talk Tiger Woods already, because
who?
Tiger Woods. Yeah, Tiger Woods.
Excuse you? What? I will get up right now and walk off the set.
Because speaking of people that will be talked about the entire time, obviously Tiger.
Of course.
And
you know what I haven't heard? His 56 that he shot in the practice round.
You haven't been watching then, because I already saw a highlight clip.
Oh, here we go.
I'll show you.
Has the best
I have seen clips, and
I saw him hit a crazy little stinger iron off one of the par threes.
I saw one too.
That foreplay.
Bro, I think that ball didn't even move. It was just...
It was like a perfect little like falling fade.
So pretty.
So sick. That one.
That's the shot.
That's the one we were just talking about.
That's exactly the one.
It's a 40-second one.
I only watched that one and I was like, oh my God, that's beautiful.
No, it was that one. That's the one I was saying. He always looks good.
He did lean out though. He's lost weight.
He does look thin.
So they were saying, I thought I read something that he lost, I don't know for sure. I don't know what my source is or anything, but that he lost like 10, 15 pounds, that he just looked thinner. Like he didn't look as bulked up a little bit.
He does look thinner. I think I read something somewhere that he
could be like on his summer body.
No, he lost some weight because he's trying to just relieve some pressure off the foot. You're light.
No, it's true. You got to be a little bit lighter. I mean, I think he put on the mass that he needed
had to put on the mass
put
for the rehab to build his strength up.
I think now
be able to hit the ball,
he can put some weight down. Yeah.
And I think now that he's got his speed, he's got his game back. His swing's feeling good. I think he's trying to, and he's played some tournaments. He's probably figured out, man, I'm not really lasting through these tournaments.
Exactly.
I really got to start figuring out where I need to put my body.
The durability, the mobility, like those are things. Like obviously, one, as you get older, but two, like a guy like Tiger that has dealt with all the injuries that he's dealt with. I mean, he's got to check every box to try to at least give himself a fighting chance.
Yeah.
But I think a course like this is favorable for him, like condition wise and endurance wise.
The issue with the which we haven't really
It's a
talked
little
about,
hilly, but it's not like those big
Yeah,
windy
it's not like
hills,
walking
and
up
it's not
hills,
very
but-
long either.
Yeah, but what the big thing with the Open, and which we haven't talked about, and it's part of what makes the Open so tough to predict and all that, is that really the weather when you're playing over there
True.
in the Open,
Yeah.
it's 90% of winning the Open Championship. I feel like is what side of the draw you end up on.
Yeah.
Oh,
You have to
1000%.
catch the right
Oh
side
my
of the
God.
draw. If you got on
So
the wrong
true.
side of the draw, like
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
almost
very
no
true.
one wins when they're
Yeah,
on the wrong side
it's
of the
true.
draw. Like almost
I
no
wonder.
one.
Yeah, I wonder what the draw is gonna be this time because it is supposed
The
to be
tee
super
times will
windy.
drop what tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Have you guys checked the weather? I haven't really looked at the
It's-
weather.
He said it's
report.
gonna be
I know
windy. I
one-
haven't
supposed to
looked.
be super windy. Like
Oh,
it's
the whole week?
Whole weekend.
But that's something that maybe the morning people, but like over there, the morning versus the afternoon doesn't matter, man. If it's blowing, it's blowing.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it may be a little bit calmer in the morning, but that doesn't.
I don't think it's
necessarily-
supposed to rain. Well, what I read.
Yeah, and I don't think the wind is so bad for some of these guys. The rain does, though.
yeah.
The rain, the cold, and somebody like Tiger, it'll kill him.
I mean, cold
Yeah.
and no, that's not a favorable spot for him at all.
But in general,
Oh.
like that.
Cold, wet, and windy. Open championship set for unsettled and changeable weather.
See,
That's
there you
that's
go.
the thing. Yeah.
But that's every.
But that's
Showers-
always
every
Showers
single,
likely at Royal Troon.
That's every single Open. You're gonna get that.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just part of navigating it.
Yeah.
You got to be able to play in the wind, the conditions, and just hope that you land on the right side of the draw and you don't get any weather
Yeah.
that's so bad that
Yeah.
I can't remember what Open it was. I remember there was one Open where it was brutal, and actually it was one that David Duval won years ago, and Tiger shot 81. This was 2000 Tiger. This was like 2000. Yeah, it was like 99 or 2001. I think it was 2001 Tiger. So this is prime Tiger, and he even shot 81 in a hurricane.
That'll tell you something.
You know, so these guys aren't immune to it. It doesn't matter how good you are. I don't
Yeah.
care how good Scotty's playing or Bryson is playing. If that weather comes, like you might be toast. You might be missing the cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
You know, so
I agree.
It's not simple.
No, big names will be missing the cut this week for sure, just because of exactly that
Yeah.
point. You might just get caught on the wrong side of it, and it's going to be just brutally tough at points. And if you can't make those adjustments, I think you almost have to like just be like in cruise control those first 2 days. Like try not to do too much. Don't
Yeah.
worry so much about your positioning in the leaderboard. Obviously, hang around the cut line,
Yeah.
But I think Saturday and Sunday is where you can let people make mistakes,
Yeah.
and then from there you could try to navigate your game a little bit more.
And we've seen, what is it? This is the fourth Open they host at Troon, and the last one they had was the 2016 where you had Phil and Henrik torch that course. So
Yeah.
if there's good weather, these guys can get after
Oh,
it.
100%.
Because that was 2016, 16 or 15, I think it was 16. That's the one where Phil in the opening round had almost set the record. He shot the 62 that and 18 had that vicious slip out for the 61,
that's right.
which would have been the
Yeah, yeah,
record.
yeah.
And then he shot 65 and he ended up losing to Henrik. But it was like a crazy.
Yeah.
But these guys got after it. I mean,
Yeah.
they did blow the field away.
But you can have that.
But you can have those guys.
that.
Yeah.
These guys were deep. They were like 16, 17 under.
Yeah.
So you can go low on this course if the weather's right. So like I said, it's gonna be fun.
Do you think it's going to, based off the weather though, it seems like that won't be
I
the
don't think it's
case?
gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I feel like going that low in a major, like that was a perfect storm where you had two guys playing
Right.
probably the best golf both of them have played
Mm-hmm.
for like a 4-day stretch like that. I mean, that was a wild tournament.
Yeah.
I don't see that. I don't see that necessarily repeating. But I mean, wouldn't it be cool though if we got like a Scotty Rory shooting their
No,
pants
that'd
off
actually be
out
my
there?
nightmare. No, anybody else. Not Scotty
A
Rory.
Sahith Hav shootout.
Sahith Hobb.
I would love that.
Let away running the
It
field.
almost happened. What was it? It was
That did happen a couple weeks ago. And then we
what
were
was it?
texting,
Yeah.
and they both just had a nightmare Sunday.
Oh, I remember that.
That was what tournament was that?
It wasn't PGA.
It wasn't a major.
No, it wasn't a major.
But it was
an
a
elevated-
signature
an elevated
event.
I
Yeah, it was
remember
an elevated
yeah,
event.
We were
Was
texting
it
about it.
Memorial? It might have been Memorial. Scotty ran away with it. Oh, was it not? Was it not the PGA?
Was it?
Because what wasn't the PGA? I mean, obviously Hav was in contention, but so was Sahith. I'm pretty sure. Then he started with that long birdie putt. And
I think
then
it might
Yes,
have actually it was a
yes.
PGA.
He hit like a
I think it
40
was
footer. I'm
PGA.
like, oh, here he
You're
comes,
right.
baby.
It was
PGA.
because
PGA.
it was
was?
PGA because
Yeah.
I was in the group chat because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were here talking
Yeah.
about it
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
And Xander won, yeah.
Yeah.
And Xander won. It was the PGA. Wow, our memory's bad.
Yeah. Yep. No, mine is.
And we've had half a scotch.
Mine is terrible. So.
Yeah, I have a text from Dave. We will go to battle tomorrow.
So Dave, I know you're gonna talk about Pav. So, how you feeling about him this week? I want to know.
To be honest with you, I would have felt better if I didn't take a massive outright on him last week, thinking that he was going to do really well at the Scottish Open.
Started off pretty good.
No, he didn't. I mean, he didn't do terrible. I mean, he was like 8 under or something. But yeah, I didn't get great odds, to be honest. As we had front and center of this, I didn't get great odds. But Hav is in a weird place. Hav is talking about aliens and the afterlife in his interviews.
He's a wise man.
Yeah, and with that to say,
Yeah, what's up with that quote?
with that to say, that's what's going to propel him to win this week. I mean, I've never seen somebody so locked in to the like he is so golf to him is like, I'm just going to do it.
It's an afterthought.
He's so locked in to this world that he is one with nature that he's going to fit perfectly at the British Open or the Open Championship, whatever you call it. I'm feeling phenomenal about him. I couldn't feel better about anybody. And he's going to win his first major this weekend. And then after, he's going to smoke 17 blunts and then win the facts again.
I mean, he could be our little like on an ayahuasca trip beforehand.
He's
He
gonna
might
ride
see the
it.
course
Yeah,
a little
Robbie
bit
won-
different
Robbie
than everybody
won
else.
MVP after an ayahuasca trip.
I mean,
Exactly.
Bob's going to win the Open after
he
his,
does
God
always
knows what
look-
he's on.
He looks stoned all the time.
Yeah.
His eyes are always glazed.
That's my guy, and he's
They're always
going
glazed.
Could be
to,
the advantage on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the picture there on the bottom. He's clearly like their eyes aren't
Yeah.
even open, and any of them actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what happens when you hang with the aliens.
Dude, he's been to Area 51, and they basically told him, this is what he was basically saying. He alluded to the fact that he is an alien, and he's seen the future. He knows what's going to happen in the afterlife. He's the only person in this world. He might be the second coming of Christ, because only God would know that. And he's seen it in the stars that this is the weekend. He's been this whole season. He's gone through the ups and downs,
For this
all
moment right here.
to lead up to this moment. And this is the weekend Hav lifts his first major trophy.
I can get behind
Book
that
it.
argument.
I'm going to take him again.
I can get behind that argument.
I always like Hav in these kind. I like Hav in these kind of
You're a
events.
player.
Overseas. It's the Open is kind of the only time where I really start betting on some Europeans.
Yeah.
Because I know they're good golfers, but I'm such a USA golf
they definitely
Ryder
have
Cup
a
homer. I just have
an
this thing.
advantage.
If you play on the European Ryder Cup team, I just have like this. I don't want to root for you or bet on you.
I know. I mean, I was born in Norway, so that's why I'm a Hav guy.
Where does he come up with this shit?
I'm no
Where does he come up with this
He has a
shit?
journal of lines pre-recording, and he's like, okay, perfect time to throw this one in.
It's the most
His memory only goes
It's like the
towards
most
that.
unrational, fanatical thing I've ever
You're
seen.
sounding like a criminal. You're sounding like someone who likes criminals, all right? Listen, my guy, he's got a mind of his own. He's a free thinker, and
Those
What
guys
can I
can go far. I mean,
Haas should run for president, to be honest, but it's okay.
what we need is a Bryson Hovland podcast interview strictly about that, the afterlife and aliens.
I actually couldn't think of two people that are so there's no way that Hav and Bryson really get along.
no way. That's what I'm saying.
Bryson is very social, in terms of everything's public. And he's
like a science guy, so he's got to have the data behind it. And
Haas very let's just say free thinking,
right?
And he keeps everything a secret. So that would be the worst duo, but the best duo because they're obviously nasty and it'd be funny to watch. That'd be a good pairing.
I'm down for it.
But yeah, Haas winning. What do I want to tell you?
Who's your guy? We already know who my guy is, and we'll go into it.
I got it.
But we know we have we'll get into our picks. Everyone's got their guy, and then we'll do our picks.
All right.
I haven't really picked my official horse, but right now my lean, if I had to pick one guy, which is a guy we haven't talked about yet,
Ooh.
Abrams.
Oh, okay. I was gonna guess.
But do you not have a guy?
What?
Do you not have a guy? His guy's Hovland, my guy's Thigala or the Gala.
Yeah.
That's actually it's
who's your favorite golfer?
Tiger. But I'm from yeah, I know. It's just it's always been Tiger.
Old as shit.
Whoa!
Okay, outside of Tiger. Outside of Tiger, because Tiger is like everybody's guy.
I don't have like one
You don't have
guy.
a guy?
I love like I pull for a lot of like the Americans. Like I love Justin Thomas. I'm a huge
Yeah,
Max
we get it.
Homa.
You hate the fucking Europe people.
I'm a huge Max Homa guy. I just, what do you want me to say? It's just how it is. I don't know.
Homa's a good.
Homa, I love Homa.
I love Justin Thomas. I was a big DJ guy.
Yeah.
You just kind of know where. One Euro guy that I always root for him is Rom.
Yeah.
Except for he's just one guy that
He is
when he
struggling,
plays in the
yeah,
Ryder
yeah,
Cup, I don't like him. But outside of that, like I love.
Yeah.
I like
John
Cam
Rahm.
Smith a lot. That was my
I used to
guy
love Cam Smith,
before
too.
he left to
I
live.
still- I
And it
still love
wasn't
him.
because I just started to dislike him. Whoa. It wasn't because I disliked him because he went to live. It's just like, I never see him play anymore, so how can I root for the guy, you know? But every major, I'm always rooting for him. I'm a big fan of the mullet with the stash, you know?
Yeah, he's
It's a
fun.
simple life, cool dude. You know, those are the type of guys that I gravitate to. Why I like Sahith Theegala, though,
I was going to say, he doesn't fit any of those boxes.
I have zero idea why.
Yeah,
but
that's-
as I've grown to start watching golf more, I just want to root for him. And then now he's just nasty. So I'm like,
I like
I
him.
picked him before
So happened to me
he's
now.
become top 10. Like, why did you start liking
I
golf?
literally picked Hav because when I was really getting into the PGA, it was around COVID, so like 2020. And I wanted to pick somebody that nobody really was a fan of.
Yeah, me too.
I wanted to pick someone like people, I guess, kind of new. He was pretty young.
I didn't want to pick like a basic guy either.
But
Yeah.
I wanted to follow a guy that would like pan out to hopefully become like a superstar. So I picked Hovland literally for one reason and one reason only. He kind of looks like my brother. Like he did back in the day.
He
and I'm
actually does.
like, dude, this guy kind of looks like a Hondo. Like I kind of like this guy. And then he
Hondo,
was,
Hovland.
yeah, and then he was Norwegian. I'm like, that's cool. And then he was the lowest amateur, the Tiger Masters.
Yeah.
It was kind of just like, because that was the first time I had heard of him. And then I forgot what tournament I was watching. I'm like, oh, and I was watching him play. I'm like, cool guy. I read up on him. And I was like, dude, what a crazy, weird story. It's like Norway, Oklahoma State. And then I just made him my guy. And then I went to go watch him live. And he almost won in front of me. And I was just like, this is my guy. Like, I'm going to back him. And he ended up turning into this, like, first off, he turned to this kind of a superstar. He's one of, like, the top names in PGA. But, like, him winning the FedEx last year was crazy.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was just one of those things that, like, I basically found Victor Hovland. And
He's a great pick to have.
I found him myself, no one else. And
there really is no other big Hov guys like you that I know.
No one's a Hov
But you
guy
don't know
like
any
him.
other Theegala guys either. Even though he's like the people's champ, because you go on social media and everyone fucking goes crazy about him.
But I would
like,
say-
I don't know if anyone knows why they like Theegala either.
You guys are like I'm friends with a lot of people that like golf. And you two are the only ones that really have like diehard guys.
Fuck
like,
yeah.
I love that.
Like,
It makes
this
it
is
so
my
much
guy.
better.
Don't get me wrong. Like I have guys, you know, I have guys that I love to root for and stuff. And like I grew up on Tiger, so he was my guy. What do you got there?
I got a nice juicy fly in there.
Ooh, chug that shit.
I'm taking it down.
No,
Taking it
are
down.
you really? That's gross.
That's for if you take it down, Theegala or Hovland.
Theegala wins if I take this down.
Let's go!
He did.
Massive
He just
fly.
swallowed a massive
Like
fly of
this.
scotch. I don't know why you just didn't take it out and swallow that. That's gross.
For my guy Theegala.
For your guy,
Hey,
Theegala.
That's fire.
Let's go.
All right. You know what? Sure. Yeah. For your guy, Theegala.
Yeah.
Jesus, what are we doing? This podcast off the rails. Get me a bug too.
Is that mine?
That's Vineyards.
Pooch,
yeah, bro.
Vineyards.
What the hell?
Damn it, bro.
My goodness.
Ice is
We're falling
gone.
apart out here.
Jesus
The
Christ.
heat is starting to get to us.
Yeah.
But for me,
Give me another one.
For me, in terms of like, I love the PGA, and even if Hov's not in, I love watching it anyway. I love a lot of guys,
Yeah.
but I need a guy. Like I need a team to root for, and just like that's my
Yeah.
guy.
So I always have like guys that like every week I'll have a guy.
Yeah.
But
You're a homie hopper.
yeah, no, not really a homie hopper. I'm not a homie hopper, but not every guy plays it every. What the fuck? Homie hopper, get the fuck out of here.
I'm talking shit.
Oh man.
I grew up watching Tiger,
No.
so that was my dude.
Yeah.
And then now, like I was a big fan of like the JT Spieth
Right.
Young Crop. Like that was a really fun time. So rooted for them
I'm
hard.
a huge. That's the thing.
But
like,
and
it's,
then,
it
like,
really
during
is
that
really
era,
hard to pick
and then
a
in that
guy.
era, that's kind of, and then okay, if you want me to pick like a guy that like you were saying that from young and all that, it would be Brooks.
Yeah,
Just-
but you've always been a Brooks guy because
That's what I'm saying. I've been a Brooks guy because look, that's a guy
I became a Brooks guy because of you.
I played junior.
kinda have a
That's a
Brooks.
guy. He's
Yeah.
local.
Right.
West Palm. I played junior golf against him. You know, played. He kicked my teeth in for off the junior golf, but we're on the same leader.
Just say you beat him, and then we'll clip it out. Did you beat Brooks Koepka?
Yes.
Got him. Brooks is gonna be like,
I'm sure I did beat him in some tournaments, but fuck that guy.
That is sick, though.
So I did like I was rooting for him. Like I actually always followed him. Like since he right when he got on tour. I remember when he started winning on the Euro Tour, and when he won he won in the Turkish Airlines Open, his first European win. So like I had followed him like OG from way back. Ricky Fowler was another one I followed for a long time because that's another guy. I remember playing in tournaments, like amateur tournaments where he was there. 2 groups in front of me was Oklahoma State bag walking. So like these are guys like, fuck, I want to follow these guys. They're on tour now. I gotta follow, see what's going on.
That's cool.
And then I hit all of exactly. So it's a little different. Like it's hard for me to
you played.
It's hard for me to be like, oh my God, I'm a huge fan of this dude. Like, no, fuck that. I played against this guy. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel that.
Leave the glazing to me and all.
We'll take care of it. Don't worry.
But yeah. So I would say, if you want me to pick a guy, it would be that's my dude. Brooke, even though he's a huge douche. Like, the guy's such a tool.
He is. I think he's just embraced that role even more
but
now.
I respect it because he embraced it. Like he embraced the villain role, whatever. But he's just a guy that I followed from the beginning.
He's also Seminole.
I bet him all his majors. He's a Seminole, which I fucking hate. So. Yeah. So he's got good odds this week.
Yeah, he does.
Do you guys like him this week?
It's not that I like him, but at this odds in a major, I'm gonna have to take him. Like
I bet on Brooks every major
what's
at this point. Plus 3,000 last I checked.
I'll tell you right now what I got.
That's last I checked earlier today.
I got him at because I
You already bet him? How many bets do you have already, man? My God.
It's
Monday, dude. It's Monday. They released the odds yesterday.
I've got Brooks at 3,600.
Nice. That's a good bet. That's a good bet. Look, Brooks is a guy. I'm not gonna.
Tell you what he is right now.
I'm gonna bet him every major just because that dude.
He's 420, bro.
He shows
That's why
up.
you don't bet on Mondays. He's 4,000. He's plus 4,200 right now.
There you go. Sprinkle a little more on him.
I know. I have to.
So
he's at 5,000 is pretty crazy.
6,000 here. I got him at plus 6,000, and I got a boost.
At this point, I'm gonna have 15 outrights. I mean, I can't do that. I gotta stick with my guys.
Yeah,
no matter
I
what.
agree.
And I've got a full ticket that I will go through later on. But yeah, I've got a lot. I've got a lot of guys. So.
No, the guy I like the most of this week right now, I would say, would be Aberg. I think so. That's another guy that I'm starting to become like.
He's been playing great,
big
bro.
fan of. It's like the first European that I really like.
He's a hot disciple.
Like, I know, I'm like come Bethpage for the Ryder Cup. I'm gonna hate his guts.
Yeah, facts.
But
in the meantime,
I'm rooting. Like I've been following this guy. Like we've all kind of been following him since he burst on the scenes, and like I've been rooting for him. I don't know why. I'm being drawn to root for this guy.
Well, I think
he's so good. I think this guy's gonna win a major, like so quick. My prediction, and I said this. I said this on my pod actually. That I think hot take. Aberg wins a major before Rory does.
I like that.
I don't hate that.
I like that take.
I said that after the PGA.
Yeah. I could see it. I mean, and he had an injury earlier this year too. No, something with his ankle or his calf or something.
For the
it was like right before the Masters or right after the Masters.
It was right after.
It was for the U.S. Open or for the PGA. I forget which one.
For PGA.
I think it might have been PGA. He got tweaked up or something like that.
Yeah,
he was playing good golf at that time. He was actually one of the favorites going into that tournament.
Yeah.
And then
he's like by the way, he's like the third.
He's got to be. I mean, dude,
he's a second favorite right now.
He's coming off another great tournament this year. He didn't close it out.
He's dropping actually. Xander just jumped him, but he's the fourth favorite.
Yeah.
Odds are changing as we speak.
Yeah. He started at like plus 900. Wow. Yeah. I haven't taken him yet.
I like him a lot.
I'm getting good value on him.
I like him a lot. I think that guy is. It's just a matter of time before he wins a major.
Well, I saw a stat. I think it was since he's been in the league. No one has shot more rounds of 64, I want to say, than he has since he's been in the league. He has the most rounds of 64 or lower.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Out of anybody. Scotty, Xander, Bryson, I mean, anybody.
It's crazy because he's a kid.
Oh, he's young. What is he, 23? 24?
I don't even think he's that old.
No?
He's a rookie on tour.
No, I know, but could be a little bit older.
No, man. I don't think he's. I don't know his exact age, but he's
24.
Younger. He's 24.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was younger.
He turns 25 this year in October.
Oh,
He's still young. I mean,
college so late.
Yeah.
These Europeans go to college so late.
Hogarth's 23. I guess that's the other guy that's around, his age. Yeah, he's good. I actually have him as a pick this week.
Really?
That guy's.
All right, talk about Sahith. Get it over with. All right.
No. I don't need to get into the Sahith talk. I'll just say this: he's coming off. I was a little weary, honestly, going into this. So the whole pod this week, I was like, "Oh, guys, come on, Sahith, give me something to work with going into this weekend." And he did it. He finished top 3 or top 4,
and the bug really cemented it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not gonna place money on the Sahith after that, I mean, you'd just be stupid.
I'll tell you one thing. I saw a really cool clip which I liked with Sahith. I don't know if you saw. There's a picture of Bobby Mack making the last putt, and you see Sahith on the balcony up there.
I love that guy.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
How could you not love that guy?
He's like,
guy finishes round probably 45 minutes before.
Just being soaking it all in with the crowd, just being a true fan. Like this guy just finished 3rd, and he's there just being a true fan, like screaming with the Scottish people.
He hasn't won this. He hasn't won that. The guy's in the top 5 every day. You know what? He's giving me great golf to watch. I'm happy, man. I'm there celebrating in the crowd.
I love how you guys have you guys treat it like if it's like your sports team. Like this is my dude.
This is my team.
This is my thing. Like this is my
Miami
team.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
I am irrational about it. I don't care. And like
And I'm expecting another top 10. If he doesn't win, so be it. You know what? But he's gonna give me good golf this weekend. I can guarantee that.
Bet him to finish top 10.
I will.
Always. Why
The
not?
amount of
Sprinkle
hot
that in.
bets that are circulating in my mind are sickening. So let's just leave it at that.
It's incredible. I love your guys' homerism.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like that with my teams. You guys want to talk golf
You
or anything?
view it different because you played golf your whole life. You played against a lot of these guys. Me and Andre, obviously we play, but we watch it as like, dude, I can never do this. Like
now
I'm playing against these guys.
Now I'm actually curious. Like for the general fan, it would be a good question to ask. Like, do you have a guy like a homer?
Yeah, no, I don't think into the levels of probably what we have.
No one's at the level you're at. And maybe some people have a guy at the level he's at because he's not sick in the head like you yet. But he's getting there because he just drank a fly for his guy. So
I just ate a fly.
He's starting to flirt with your crazy time.
As soon as I don't got the merch, doesn't mean I'll do some crazy shit for
I'm gonna eat that cigar right now. All right.
All right, let's get this going. He's gonna eat a cigar. What are you gonna do? You gonna run up his ass or what?
Until he eats a cigar, that I won't do anything.
Oh man.
I'm gonna start egging you guys on.
Yeah. Listen, if there's a bug, the next bug is mine. All right.
If Sahith or Hav win, something crazy has to happen on the next pod. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know what it's gonna be, but we'll figure it out.
We'll figure something out.
Grab me the ice there.
Not the. Is it?
No, the ice. The ice in the red cup.
Oh, tattoo? Would you get a hop tattoo if he wins the next tournament?
If he wins the Open, I might just get Hav tattooed somewhere.
Okay,
I might have.
Okay, I'll do this. I'll take a little bit more. So this is what I'll do. I'm saying it right here on the pod. This is happening right now. Okay, if Thigala wins this weekend, I will get the Gala somewhere on me. Where I don't know where.
Gala?
It'll just say the Gala because that's always my pool team name.
It is always your pool team
because I always pick them in every pool, and it'll be the Gala. If he wins the FedEx Cup Championship, then things are gonna get crazy.
Been there, done that.
I mean, FedEx Cup champ, dude. That's
He's gonna be in the mix right now. I mean, he's like number 4 in the rankings.
That's not life changing. That's not just life changing for you. That's for him too. That's a fact check.
Maybe he'll take me out to dinner after he wins because I got a little Thigala tattoo. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta send him. If you win that, you gotta send him the.
Dave, what are you doing if Hav wins?
If Hav wins, I'm gonna get Hav tattooed across my face. No, if Hav wins the Open this week, I'd have to do something. Honestly, maybe I do get a little just Hav tat somewhere.
Yeah, if Tiger wins, I'll get a back tattoo of Tiger.
I like it. It's gotta be It's gotta be a tiger's head with a tiger body on it.
No. It's gonna be Tiger wearing a tiger skin Tiger Woods wearing
like a tiger fur
coat with the head and then the teeth coming over.
I like this.
On my back if Tiger wins. Because I would have. I mean,
like
I would have
this.
won so much on that bet.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
I am
It'd
a
be
sicko.
stupid not to.
I do bet Tiger. Like
Every time.
I bet Tiger every time.
I hope the line moves. Dude, I'm gonna just double down on Tigala on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm already
I
excited.
have to double down.
It'll pay for the tattoo.
Yeah, exactly.
There's certain guys. There are certain guys that I can't help betting every major. I feel like one of them is like shameless. Also, Tiger. I bet him every time.
Every time.
Now it's even if it's just like
It's, the odds
even
are
if it's
at
just
this point
like
are so
$2.
good too.
I just like in my head, I'm always like, but
throw
what
$5
if?
at him. Like, why not?
Like what if?
Yeah.
You want to know why? It's because I nailed the 2019 Masters.
Exactly.
I nailed it from like Monday.
He-
that was
he
one
was-
of those because I was.
That was
also-
a what if. I mean, his odds I think were
You
like
guys
plus
also didn't know. Like,
5,500.
we weren't doing these pods when Tiger was still like back
In the
pre
mix,
like
yeah.
in like. I was how you guys were with Tiger. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
Tiger
No,
24/7. Like you know, like that was it.
If Tiger
Tiger's
was
gonna
doing
win,
Tiger
and
things
Tiger
right now,
gets
everyone
everyone-
would be on the fucking crazy Tiger.
People are
It
straight
was.
crazy
I
Tiger
know.
thing, and he's not even doing Tiger things.
It's
yet.
crazy.
Right. So
He's a good-
if he wins, like it will be nuts. But I'm always find myself. I bet on him. I always bet on Brooks. Another guy that I always bet on. I find myself, and it's starting to feel like, what the hell am I doing? I'm wasting money. Justin Thomas.
Yeah,
I find
I
every
stop.
major. I don't know
can't
why.
take-
I know.
I can't do JT.
That's one guy that like I've kind of grown this weird like.
I feel that.
Fandom
I
for-
was in a weird JT place for a while too.
I'm still
I would
there.
kick him every time.
Yeah.
Still there. I'm always rooting for the guy.
He didn't play terrible this past weekend though. I don't.
No,
think,
he played
right?
Well, he
good,
was
but
the
but
first
he's
round
like-
leader and then blew up.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's just
That's
like
a
I don't
JT
know
move
what's
right
going
there.
on with that guy. He's got to start hanging out with Speed so much.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Speed, man.
Yeah. And then another guy that I'm starting to do it all the time with is Homa.
Homa.
Like, I'm starting to become a huge
You're
Homa
just
fan.
you're
too.
like in the group. You're like you're just like hanging out with those guys.
What's it
A
called?
groupie.
He's a
the groupie. I'm a groupie, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
It's the home. Those are all the because
Just Homa and JT, really.
I know, but I was you for a while.
He's good with friends with Brooks because of part of my take.
Those Homa.
Homa and Brooks.
Homa. Yeah, but I don't really feel like anyone likes Brooks. That guy's a dude. He's such a
No,
cool-
he's not. He's definitely not a fan favorite. But you either like him or you don't.
No,
I
I'm
think-
saying like the guys. Like I'm not sure. Like
I think Homa likes him, but everyone else probably doesn't. Honestly, JT's kind of a douche too. JT
Yeah.
probably likes him.
you know what
JT's a
JT?
douche.
No, you know what JT is?
They're kind
You know
of.
what JT
They're
is?
all kind of just like
JT
boys.
is your stereotypical frat boy.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
like, you know, like
they're
the frat
boys.
boys?
Like
Yeah.
they're boys. They hang out with each other. They go to dinners
Yeah,
together.
Homa's gotten into the frat.
That's what I'm
He's gotten
saying.
into the
Homa
frat.
joined the
That's
frat
what I'm saying.
recently.
It's a little
And
bit
you
of
know
a
The
what?
group.
frat is Spieth, Ricky, losers. I mean, and then they brought in Homa, and
I'm not
they're bringing
so-
Homa
They're
down.
dope dudes, but they're a little bit of
I'm
a.
starting to like it because I loved Homa before. Like, so the reason why I started loving Max Homa was because he was the first guy to like really put himself out there, start a podcast. Like the Max
agree.
Homa podcast to me was the most amazing golf podcast in the world. The Get a Grip pod when he was doing it. I don't know if you guys ever heard it when he was on it.
I never.
So,
No, I never listened.
so
to it,
when he started his pod, because he got famous from just roasting people on
The
Twitter,
Twitter.
Twitter stuff. Then he started the Get a Grip pod with Shane Bacon, it's still a podcast. Max finally like went off of it because he became a top player in the world. He's like, all right, I got to try and start winning majors.
Right.
But it was amazing because like he was just basically a podcast taking you through his journey of being on the PGA Tour. So you play a tournament, he played a tournament, you watch him play, make or miss the cut. On Sunday, he recorded an episode, and the Monday or Tuesday will come out, and you listen to it, and it's just him talking about like his week on tour, what he went through, what it was like, and you got the most cool insight because I mean you guys have heard him talk. That guy's so genuine and just says it how it is and gives you the most cool like little nuggets and insights and like so it was an amazing and like from that moment I was like, man, I love this guy. I want this.
awesome.
I
huge
hope this
Homa
guy wins on. This was before he hadn't even won on tour yet when this happened.
Yeah,
So-
his
and that's when I
path
became
in
a
the
huge
PGA
fan
was
with
not
him.
it was not an easy one.
No,
Like,
no,
he grinded.
He
to
does
get
everything
there.
so well too, and
Yeah.
he's someone I.
He was
also
a
root
crazy
for.
good college player. He
know.
was very highly
Where,
touted.
where did he go to college?
He went to Cal. Was it
Cal?
Cal?
I think it's Cal,
He's
yeah.
somewhere
Cal-
West
I think
Coast
more
guy.
Cal was also Cal, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I
but
think
they
they're
was
both Cal
they're
guys. They're different years.
Different
but
years.
Yeah.
But Cal, and I think he like
Let me see.
for sure he won. For sure he was a conference champ. He might have been a national champ.
Yeah.
Or the team won national. Like he was a big time player.
I hate to bring it back.
University
to
of Cal, yeah.
I hate to bring it back to Hav here, but I'm still looking for that Oklahoma State like documentary thing. The one that they did
Produced by Ricky Fowler.
Yes,
really good.
that one. I've been
Really,
dying
really
to
good.
find it.
What?
I can't find it anywhere. I've been dying to watch it, but you just thought
It's
about
called
the content. It's
Driven.
It's,
I think, right?
All In or Driven or something. I've
I
looked
think
it
it's
up.
called Driven or
It's-
something.
You have to like buy
It's
it.
it was
Maybe like
a.
on YouTube or something. You
I
could
tried
buy
it.
it.
It's
No?
You can find it somewhere. You should
Dude,
buy
like,
it.
Trust me.
It's gotta be
I've
somewhere. So
How about like on the Admit Me's of the world?
Nah, those are gonna be there.
God, you guys remember Admit
Yeah,
Me?
maybe.
Yeah, I know that Admit Me doesn't exist anymore, but there's
Yeah.
apparently something else out there again.
R.I.P.
Cut that out.
You got a new one? You haven't shared it?
That's the one I shared that we've been using for a while. That's the one I shared with you years ago.
Oh yeah.
It's just still alive.
Yeah.
I don't use it that often, but I
Yeah.
used it the other
No,
day.
I knew there's something out there.
Yeah, you know which one we're talking about?
No, this is the first time I hear about
So
it.
it's a documentary. It was produced by Ricky Fowler. It was done. It basically follows Oklahoma State, the golf team, but it was the year that they're considering like one of the best golf teams of all time. It was the one with Matt Wolf, Victor Hovland, Austin Eckrow, like all these guys. They won the national title that year.
Yeah, but it was like a Hard Knocks that kind of.
It's basically a Hard Knocks following
okay.
the team
I
that
think
year.
that's what it
Matt
was.
Wolf's freshman year.
Who even produced that thing?
Ricky Fowler.
Ricky Fowler.
What?
He's
No
a huge
way.
Oklahoma State guy.
Yeah,
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 and it was
yeah.
done by
Yeah, I know, but
it was
fuck, I
Ricky
wouldn't
Fowler
even
and the
know he was
Golf
in that
Channel.
shit.
Like
And
it
the
was,
Golf Channel, yeah.
it was Ricky Fowler and the Golf
Oh,
Channel was
okay,
produced,
okay.
but he did
still, it's
and
badass.
Red Bull
Yeah.
because Ricky Fowler was still with Red
How's
Bull.
that
at the
like
time.
in the archives? How is that not easy
I'm
to
telling
find?
You, I wish it was easy.
It
That
was
would go
circulated
viral
for a
right
while.
now.
It was because it was years. It was a big deal when it came out.
Of
It
course.
was really cool. I saw the whole thing.
We're gonna do some
And it was
digging.
cool because it got that's the first time I learned about Hovland because Hovland was the best player on that team.
Right.
Matt Wolf
It's
was the
called Driven.
freshman and he was
Driven.
like the American star or whatever.
Right.
You know, he actually won the individual title, and then Hovland was just the horse of that team. He was the USAM champ. He won like
Born to be a star.
yeah, you see like you watch it. Yeah, it's about them two being like you watch it and they're nasty.
Yeah.
And then you see Austin Eckrow. He's kind of there trying to he which is crazy because that's a winner on tour right now.
Yeah.
And he was such a good like junior player.
Yeah.
And on that team he's like the 4-5 guy,
Yeah.
which is wild.
The team's stacked.
And then they won. And then the next year he's like the 2 guy or the 1 guy on that team. Like, and then the following year he turned pro.
Damn.
Crazy.
And now he's won on tour too. So
Okay,
like
we
that
gotta
team was
find that.
loaded,
Yeah.
loaded.
We're gonna do a watch party.
A watch party with it.
For
I highly recommend
It
it.
is called
For both,
Driven.
you guys are both huge golf
Yeah,
guys. You guys
yeah.
will like
Have
that
you seen it?
documentary. Yeah, I saw
Oh,
it
you've
when
seen
it
it?
was. Yeah, I
When-
saw
at
it
the
when it
time
was.
when it was like out and like
Yeah, because they were
easy to
releasing it on the
accessible.
Golf Channel and on their
Gotcha.
like website and
Yeah,
stuff.
okay.
So
Now it's like in the archive somewhere.
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna
You
find
have
it
to find it. You gotta find it. Really cool though. Worth to watch.
All right, let's jump right
Let's
into
drive
some
with our
outrights. Let's just go because it's hot as hell.
Yeah, I'm steaming right now.
It is really fucking hot.
Yeah,
it's
hot as
it's
hell.
humid as fuck,
Yeah.
is what it is.
Sweating back.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Pooch.
My
Stop
goatee is sweating.
The lights. Just the
You
lights.
look like Tony Stark.
Oh
Thank you.
man,
I appreciate that.
I know that was a compliment.
dude, we're
That's
sweating
wild.
out here. Imagine all those dudes were sweating like those guys playing soccer yesterday.
Oh, dude, they were drenched.
No, they had, bro, and they played an extra 30 minutes on top of it.
Crazy. I'll take a step back from golf for 1 second. Yesterday was also a great scenario for my argument that that Messi isn't needed on Argentina for them to
I was
win.
like, where's he gonna go with this?
They-
Oh,
they-
that's where he's
They
going.
don't need him. Not only didn't even play the game, he didn't do anything all tournament. He scored 1 goal and it was a deflection off him accidentally. Did nothing. He's still in the tournament. Ronaldo, born in Argentina.
Fern, your boy's talking shit
Yeah,
over here.
Fern, I hope I know. I was texting him.
I'm with him on this one. I'm not a
Yeah.
Messi fan,
Dude,
so I'm with you. I'm a Ronaldo guy.
I told him I'm very indifferent
Yeah,
about
well,
the Messi
yeah, we're gonna
Ronaldo
have
argument.
My buddy Fern,
So-
you know Fern.
Yeah.
So he's a big Messi guy, and we're gonna have him on the pod, and we're gonna
Basically,
try
they're gonna try
Andre
to
one
persuade
side.
me as to who's the goat.
But I'm gonna get a head start.
Sit in
on this.
between them. They'll probably Messi,
I know,
Ronaldo.
I'll be in the
they get
screen
heated.
more.
They're
I
gonna
will
fight
fight
each
No,
other.
I know.
kill
That's how I'm
Fern.
gonna be. I'm gonna be
You
like
gotta
a
sit-
moderator.
You sit
slash-
here and they sit out
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
sides.
I'm gonna kill Fernando. And so
That
yeah,
course he's playing, by the way, is sick wherever he
no,
is.
he's in Montana right
Yeah,
now.
sick.
Yeah. But yeah, I had to just jump in because you mentioned soccer. I'm like that. It added to my argument of that he's not needed. He's
I'm
born,
salty on soccer.
he's-
They destroyed my
Me
stadium
too.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Don't
me
get me
too.
started.
Born into a country that has just
That was a shit
superpower. What do you want him
How
to
are we
do?
supposed to win a
The
Super
loser.
Bowl with that shit going on?
Yeah,
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We
How are we
bounce back.
supposed to win a Super Bowl? World Club 72.
We're gonna become stronger from this. The team's gonna rally around this.
They're gonna have to
I'm
build a new stadium.
telling
All right, back to golf. All right, you want to start it? You guys want to start? I got my slate. I'll go last because I'll touch on some guys that maybe aren't covered.
I can
but
kick it off.
How many picks are we giving? We just doing one pick? We doing?
I'm gonna
give a couple.
Let's set. I know you got like 9 bets picked already. Right?
Three.
Let's.
I say we do
3
this.
picks.
3 picks.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with 3 picks.
You like 3?
And outside of
Outside of our guys, yeah.
and Brooks, I guess.
Ludwig is my main guy.
Ludwig.
Ludwig's my number one
yeah,
guy.
he already
right
went
now.
into Ludwig.
Outside of those 3, just 3 picks.
3 picks of guys we want. Go first.
You want me to go first? I'll be quick with it. I'm not gonna go crazy in depth with it.
No, I want 20-minute explanation.
You want 20-minute explanations?
Yeah.
Oh god, it'll be me saying the same sentence over and over again. All right, so Sahid. No, I'm just kidding. And of course, this is like a little bit of like a fan favorite pick, but he's
updated
also
odds.
European, so I think he's got a chance, and he's been playing relatively well. I love Fleetwood going into this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm riding the Fleetwood train.
I know a lot of people.
I know.
I got losers on my end too, but
it's not a matter of like I just think he has
he has to.
He's
at some point. He just can't win.
It's just a matter of like the mathematics of him being due.
Yeah.
Plus, he also does have it, like you were saying, like at any given moment he could turn on that switch and be the Fleetwood that we've seen multiple times. The biggest question with Fleetwood is it's hard. It's hard. It's one of your
That was
picks.
gonna be one of my.
Yeah.
I was gonna
I mean, you can add on to it since if
No,
you want.
I'll pick another. I love Fleetwood though.
But
don't.
I don't know if he has what it takes to compete with the rest of the field. He will go out there and he'll play great golf because that's what he does.
He's going to be in contention.
But does he have that switch to go and compete with those guys? Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I do. I think he's got a chance to compete.
I had Fleetwood this weekend, and I'm pissed.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Hogard is my other one. So he's more of like a dark horse
That's
pick.
a dark horse. That's a dark horse.
Yeah, he's more of a dark horse pick.
Hogard.
And then I'll go into my top dog pick, but whatever. But
Hogard's gonna be good. That guy's a young.
Hogarth's young, man. He's young.
That guy's a stud.
He's shown flashes of just being a stud out there.
I like that pick.
I think the course
He's
is favorable for him, and I think he could shock some people and be in contention. The biggest thing when it comes to these type of picks is, do they have what it takes come Sunday to turn on that switch when the Rorties and the Scotties and the Sanders are up there in the leaderboard with them? Maybe he does, but I like him a lot, and I think he's going to play well this weekend. And then my last pick, which is something that I was surprised we hadn't really mentioned before when we were floating out names, was the name that I told you guys before we recorded, Colin Morikawa. He has been playing really freaking good. He's won the Open before, and I think he's just in form right now. Like, his swing's there. He's working with the same coach that he worked with when he won the Open last time. Mm-hmm. And he's playing. It's not like he's trying to find his game like maybe some other guys are. He is playing his game. Played well this weekend. Yes, he struggled on Sundays this year, but the game is there. So I just think like majors, people turn on a switch and they shake off whatever hasn't been working for them. So he's like, in terms of just odds at plus 1,600, he's like my big name pick. And then obviously Sahith at plus 6,000, I think is crazy value because he's coming off of playing off really well last week. So yeah,
I like it. I always like Andre's picks because like he picks guys that are like, yes, you can make the argument, but they're always kind of like off the.
Those are the guys I like to. I don't like the big names. I'm like,
I know, I get it.
It's not as fun.
I've got a couple wild ones.
The big names are easy too. I do get that. For me, the guys that I think that I like the most outside of Aberg, I mean, I'm always gonna bet Brooks every major. That guy get flip a switch. He's more just right now. Obviously, I already talked about that I like him, but he's one of the only guys on tour that I've ever seen that actually has a switch that flips.
Yeah.
So and that's why form to me doesn't matter with him. Like, that guy just shows up, and if he's got it, he's got it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. So you bet on him, you pick him. If he's got it, you're in. If he doesn't, all right. Yeah. So the other guy I like a lot, which we actually haven't talked about, is Xander.
Yeah,
I like Xander. I know he's a top pick, sexy name, but I think he's a guy that and I've never really been
he got
big
the monkey off his back.
Never exactly. So that's why I'm picking.
That was a big question.
I've never
when he
been
wins,
a big Xander guy.
Will he be able to turn this into more?
Never been a big Xander guy as far as majors because I was like, I always said he's got to show it to me before I do it.
Yeah.
He showed it to me, so I'm doing it. I'm
100%.
picking him.
Right.
I think he's got the game. He he won the PGA. The U.S. Open came around. Like you're not gonna win back-to-back majors. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But now he's got the monkey off his back. He's already done with the celebration. You're kind of back in the grind. He's already thinking, all right, I'm done. Like let me go get it. The guy's got every shot in the bag. He can play in any condition. So that's a guy I like this week.
Pick.
And then the third one, it was going to be Tommy. So now I don't really technically have a third one. But let me think off the top. I want to go someone off the board here. Let me look real quick. Let's see what we got.
Was Tommy someone that you liked because of more of like you just like Tommy?
Oh, here's another guy. Okay, here's the other guy that. This was a guy that I had said. I said on my pod. In the U.S. Open show of my pod, that I was gonna pick him for the Open, and I might have said it here too.
You did say it here.
John Rahm.
Yes, you did.
So I'm gonna go back to that, even though he has been in
shambles,
bad form. Even though it's funny that we say he's been in shambles, but he's like third in points in live.
Shambles and for John Rahm standards.
He's been awful.
He
has been awful in the majors.
Yeah.
He hasn't been good. Not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
He seems very frustrated when he's playing right now.
So. But I've listened to a lot of like John's like interviews and podcasts and stuff. He's talked about openly like how fiery and stuff, which is one of the reasons why I always loved him because I'm very much like that. I've always been Latinos, man. We're hotheads, So I always ran hot on the golf course, but I learned kind of how he did to use it. Like I would get angry and get angry at myself and like use that to fuel yourself.
Right.
And like that's what he does. Okay. It's not like, and it's one of those things where he's talked about. He's like, you guys don't understand. I need to have those outbursts. If I don't have those outbursts, I will fall apart. Because he can't internalize it. He's just someone like, I let it out right there, and then you move on. I feel like
we're seeing it more though than we did before.
Well, he's hitting a lot more bad shots. He's hitting a lot of shit golf shots.
Is it just because of the fact that he's just
I just think he's not playing, and when we say not playing well, it's like John Rahm standards. If you look at his finishes,
there was a place that he,
fine.
I mean, there was a point he was playing some great golf.
But
yes, the majors is where you got to really do it because that's where the best players are playing.
John Rahm's, his level is also like he expects to beat Scotty Scheffler.
Of course,
you know what I mean? Like in his head, he's like, bro, I'm the man. I'm the guy. Everyone's number one in the world right now winning majors because I'm not doing it. So that's that guy's mentality. 100%. So I picked him a long time ago. I kind of moved off him, but
fair.
I'm back.
I like Rahm. I like Rahm. I don't know.
Can never discount some of these guys because the game
is
definitely there.
Rahm's one of those guys that he's just so good that he flips a switch.
Yeah. And just to touch on the Fleetwood, the reason why I liked Fleetwood was because one, I saw a random video last week, and that's kind of how usually this stuff works. I saw a video on Fleetwood talking about his game and his swing and how he likes to play in the wind and all that. I was like, bro, this guy's so built for a British Open.
I know.
Like, he's just built for it.
He's got to show me something.
And
I know.
He can't win. Like, he's like allergic to winning.
But exactly, you were saying, like, I don't know if he can hang with those top guys. I've seen him do it. Like, people forget.
No,
like,
he can hang.
This guy battled... He battled Brooks for his second when Brooks won his second U.S. Open in a row.
He can hang, but he doesn't win.
He beat Fleetwood, and it was not like Fleetwood lost that one.
Yeah,
Brooks
the game's there. The game's there.
You know what I mean? Like I remember that was a duel. That was a fun one. Like they were, so he can do it.
Yeah,
he can do it.
No,
but
the game's definitely there.
He just, it's hard.
He's not like low odds either. I mean, his odds here are plus 2250.
Because he's good, and he's playing pretty well right now. He's not playing horrible right now. No,
exactly.
He's playing decent golf.
Yeah, no, I agree, and he's got a good season. He's playing good golf, and
it's hard to pick him. It's hard to think that like this dude's first win is going to be a major though.
No one's first win is a major.
But
you don't know Tommy Fleetwood.
But this guy,
I feel like for Tommy, I feel like if it's anyone to do it though, it would be Tommy Fleetwood.
I think he has the game for it. I don't think like when I look, because that's the thing, man. He's been in so many big events and being such a big Ryder Cup player and all this shit. Like I don't really think that the being in contention in a major championship is gonna phase him as much as we think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, he's been playing long enough that I think the pressure is not as much as a factor for someone else. That's 20, like a Hogard. That's 20.
I'll tell you what, I think the pressure will get to Rory right now a lot more than it'll get to Fleetwood because Fleetwood's like.
Whatever.
Rory
I haven't been here forever. Fuck it, I'm gonna freewheel it. And Rory's
exactly.
like, oh shit, here we go again. So
100%.
All right,
Let's hear them. Let's hear the.
I've got 8 of them. I'm just gonna run through the first 4.
Give us all 8. I want to hear all 8.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna run through the first 4. I've already mentioned pretty much most of them. Victor Hovland, Brooks, Bryson, because he's the auto toss. The only one that hasn't been brought up that's kind of in that 4 is Cam Smith. I'm
very happy you brought up that name
I'm gonna
because
take
I
Cam
wanted
Smith.
to bring him up too.
His form is another one.
What's his odds
been his
at?
best. I got him at plus 4,000.
Nice, like that value.
But he's one that he gets the putter going. I mean, the open
This
kind of
course
fits his
fits him
style.
100%.
Like it's not super long. It's just he can be creative. He's an open type player, so I'll take him. Not saying that I really love him, but like at plus 4,000, I'm gonna take Cam Smith.
I love that pick at that
These
value.
next 4 are absolute dog values. All right, so I've got someone who played really well this weekend. Could have won this weekend. Adam Scott. I think Adam Scott's actually
Like that pick.
Adam
Like
Scott's
that
playing really well. He plays really well.
I'm a huge Adam
overseas.
Scott fan.
Yeah.
Love it.
And he just came up. Like he just came super short. I mean, it wasn't him. He just got beat at the end. He played really well. And he's a type of guy. I think he's going to play well this weekend. Another one, Live Tour, Louis Oosthuizen.
What?
Louis,
Whoa.
baby. Louis.
You want to hear
I've
something?
got Louis.
Before Sahith, Louis was
I
my
love
Sahith.
Louis. I do love Louis.
I had one of my buddies,
obsession
Carlos
with
Anhamio, is a huge
Love-
Louis
In
I
our
love
pool,
fan.
my
Yeah.
team was always Team Usti.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was my
I-
that was
Usti
you.
was my
I was-
guy.
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
wondered who that was.
Because
I always thought it was. Forever I thought it was my
Huge
buddy.
Usti guy.
I thought it was my buddy
Yeah.
Carlos Anhamio. You've
Yeah,
met him
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Because he was a huge, that's his dude.
Yeah.
Because
That
like
was
when
my
he
guy
first
for
got
a
into
while.
golf was when Louis won the 2010 Open,
Mhm.
and like he saw it and like he just he just loves him.
To me, it was the gap in the team.
I think this is
that did it for
I
me.
think this is
So-
his return. I think Louis has been playing really well in Live.
Has he though? I mean,
I haven't really seen
I
him.
will fully admit I
watched-
don't follow live golf.
I
No,
follow Live.
very little bit
The
about
events that I bet on, and there was an event that I bet on that I actually had Louis that he did lose. He came in second, but he's been playing really well. Like he's always in the top 10 usually, and I don't know. He fits it fits his style. He's another one, and I think he missed out on the U.S. Open.
The
for
hell is his
something.
odds?
I got him
Didn't
at plus
qualify, I
6,000 or 6,000.
They have
He's probably even better now. I mean, I got early odds, so I like Louis. Then I've got another Live guy who continues to let me down, but I'm gonna throw a little sprinkle on him because he is very good. He's kind of been quiet lately. Is Neiman. Huaco.
You love Waco.
Huaco. I like Huaco a lot.
I love him too, man.
I like him a
think
lot
he's
too.
really good. He just hasn't shown me anything.
Yeah.
But I got him at plus 6,500. Now he's plus 4,000. Talk about a snipe, but he's just somebody that he's had a great year, more top heavy type of year. He started off really hot. Haven't really heard his name too often, but he's somebody that I think that now, because he was talked about so much in the Masters and even the U.S. Open of getting all these exemptions and like he has to play well. No one's really talking about he's already in it. Like he's kind of floating under the radar. I like the spot for Huaco. And then my last one is a plus 10,000 flyer. Just because he's having a hell of a year, I think he can compete. It's Akshay. I think Akshay's worth a little
like
flyer.
that pick. I like the
Oh,
flyer pick.
Akshay's
at
fun.
I thought about
Fun.
throwing. I
He's
thought about.
somebody
Akshay's
that I
fun.
don't think that like it does. This doesn't really get to him. Like I think he can compete with the top guys.
He's played great this year as well.
So,
If he plays well, I think he's not somebody I don't think like that would really get too shaky. I'm sure obviously he'll feel something, but he's somebody.
He's getting a little rattled up in that one tournament that he
But I
had.
think he'll learn from that.
Yeah.
And he already does have a win under his belt, so I like him in terms of a flyer. He's got crazy odds, so I
Yeah.
passed on him.
so
Always fun to
Akshay
make
is fun.
those,
Too. That's another guy that I've been following for a long time now. Another one of these random.
Go because I have a random guy that's fucking playing well. He's not gonna be playing in this.
I'm just saying just another guy that I've been following for a while that I like.
Yeah.
You know, Akshay, and I remember the reason why I started following was because it was actually when I played Pebble Beach, I was there on the driving range. For some reason, he was there. He was still an amateur, but like I knew he was one of the top amateurs.
Yeah,
you know, he
yeah,
was he was one of the top.
No, that's sick.
And he was there
Yeah.
and I was like, bro, this guy, like, is that who I think it is?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
is that, like, I saw this guy on the golf channel. They did like a special on this guy the other day. You know, I see him on YouTube all the time. And he was just out there practicing. And ever since then, like, you know, I just started following him more and more and more. And like, that guy's got another one's got a really cool story and like his whole journey and how he goes about his life on tour. And like,
another guy that's a future.
that guy
of the
is
league.
like,
Yeah.
He's super young. He goes about it his own way. He travels
Mm-hmm.
travels around, very independent.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's very hard to do as a young kid. The way he's done it.
Yeah.
Like he remember he skipped college to go pro.
Yeah.
I didn't even
So
know
like yeah. He's super young.
He's
dude.
young.
that. Yeah, I know he's super young. I didn't know he skipped college. I thought he
No,
played
like
it,
super
left,
young.
yeah.
Like this guy can't like he has trouble renting cars and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he goes through like
Things
Yeah.
that the normal
real life
Yeah.
problems that we
Yeah.
would go through, like living life on tour.
Right.
You know, obviously now he's made a lot more money, so I'm sure things are a little easier
Yeah.
for him. But like down to like meeting a girl on the road and Tinder or whatever,
Yeah.
and that's his girlfriend now, and having her caddy and events and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just like very cool
different
stories.
lifestyle,
And then
yeah.
like, you know, but like his like you know, the grind. Like that guy is really like falling in love with the grind and like, you know, like dedicated to it. And I just very cool story. Very cool story.
He's gonna be one of those guys that'll be a face.
That, exactly.
of
That's
go- of
turning
golf
and
down-
it's
down
paying
the
off,
line.
and it's one of, like, you know, it's even, I think it's even more of a grind story than the Homa story, because Homa was a, you know, he was a huge college prospect.
Right.
But that dude, and he's going to become one of the, like you said,
He'll
one of the
become
faces on the
of
tour.
golf,
I
for
love
sure.
that.
Very much so.
Really quick, another guy that's balling right now is fucking Neil Shipley, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
low am guy in the Masters,
Yeah.
and then at the U.S. Open, and then now got his PGA Tour Americas card, balled out in
He's
his
playing,
first
yeah.
PGA Tour Americas event, and then got invites to the last two PGA Tour events. I'm pretty sure he's been top 10, top 15 in both
Yeah.
events. This week, he was for sure either top 5 or top
The
10.
next daily, he just looks like a man.
Bro, and it
I
all
love his
started
attitude,
with
though.
huh?
I love it. I love his attitude, because he said it in the last major.
Yeah.
When he finished low, he's like, "No, I'm just trying to, like, honestly, I'm trying
Embrace
to take
the
this, like,
moment.
embrace the
Yeah.
moment." He's like, "I like, yes, I'm turning pro, but he's like, right now, I've always played golf for fun,
Yeah.
and like it just as a passion and for fun and trying to have fun with. So I'm trying to keep that and not think of it as a business." And
Yeah.
I'm like,
He's gonna
what
win
a
one of these
refreshing
events.
way, like,
He's playing Barracuda Championship right now. Like, if we want to put money on somebody, maybe we put money on Neil Shipley
Let's do
into
it.
the Barracuda Championship.
I'm in
putting
on
money-
that.
I'm putting money on it.
I'm in on that.
Like,
We're
he
put-
is just.
And if
he's
I can
balling.
find, I'll bet him win, and if I can bet him to finish like 10, top 20.
Yeah.
If they
And
give
the
me
other
those
one
odds,
that's
I'll
also
split them.
freaking playing
That's
great.
a fun bet.
Yeah.
Very fun.
I
love
like
that.
that because you got all these other guys over there on the other side of all of this that are freaking playing good golf, and he's a young guy that's just floating out there. And the other one is this amateur kid, Clampton.
Dude, that guy's gonna be so good.
Bro, he's a stud.
That guy's breaking.
He almost won the other day.
He's breaking records.
Oh, yeah, I know
He's
you're talking about
breaking records that I like. Tiger set that I thought would never be breaking, like amateur junior
and bro,
golf
when you
records,
look at him
amateur
on the
records.
course, he is like he's got a fucking cheese spot to him, bro. Like he is like walking around like he's been doing this his whole life. And I'm like, bro,
When you shoot those scores, like,
I know.
bro, you got so much confidence.
He's an
like,
amateur
that guy,
still in
bro,
college, though. It's
I'd
crazy.
be walking around like fearless. You're,
Wow.
and
By the
at
way,
that age,
There's
you're
some-
fearless.
there's
bro.
some-
You're
there's some good
fearless.
guys
You
out
have
there
no
roaming out there right
fear
now.
yet.
All right, ready? Neil Shipley is plus 4,000 to win Barracuda
Oh my, love those
on the Hard
odds.
Rock.
Hammer. And
Hammering
what's it?
that.
Do you have top 5 and top 10 on there?
Yeah.
Who else is playing in
What's-
that one? I mean, there'll be some names in that one, but
He's
I love
plus
that at
900.
4,000.
Oh
Top
my God.
5.
I'm stealing that name for my
He's
pod.
He's plus.
Shipley.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
He's
Yeah,
plus
I'm
475.
tossing that one.
top
That's a
10.
great pick.
Huh?
He's plus 475 top 10
Who?
I love his
Shipley,
hair too.
Oh, he's plus 475.
in the top
For,
10.
to
Oh,
finish
in the
top 10.
Yeah.
Oh, love that pick too. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Great pick.
Yeah.
Look at that.
4-1
Heights.
odds, almost
4
5
to
to 1
1.
odds
Yeah,
for top 10
I'm taking-
on that guy.
We're
Super
taking him as a
fun.
pod. We are
Like
taking
that.
That's
Like
3
that.
Neil Shipley. I'll throw
I hope we
30
don't
bucks on
jinx
it.
him, bro,
Alright.
because he's been doing it like nothing.
Last thing
Yeah.
before we wrap it up. Quick thoughts. Ryder Cup, Keegan Bradley.
Yes.
Ryder Cup's my favorite event
Yeah.
in golf.
Okay.
It's it's already surpassed the Masters for me and everything. I'm officially.
A Ryder Cup bet. Yeah.
I mean, I've always been there.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. I've got I got quick thoughts. I'll let because you were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk on that. The one thing I do really like about Keegan Bradley is his comments immediately after, in terms of him saying like, "Hey, I'm picking the 8, 10 best guys golfers in the world.
Mhm.
I don't care what tour they're playing on. I'm picking those guys." Right off the bat, he's already a better captain than Zach
Right.
Johnson.
The bar is set very,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
low
yeah,
with
yeah.
Zach Johnson.
That's
He
what
said it.
I hate to say it,
very
but
low.
Zach Johnson fell into the whole groupie world
He did,
of
he did.
golf.
Zach
did.
Johnson got snookered.
Yeah.
He got bamboozled by the groupie world.
100%.
You saw it on Netflix.
And I hate it because I
They're
like those guys.
schmoozing
Yeah,
every
they're at
day.
dinner.
No, I know.
You
I
saw
hate it
them.
because I
Jackie,
like
you're
those
gonna
guys, too.
ATN,
But, hold on, but I will say this one thing. the whole Keegan Bradley not getting picked had nothing to do with the groupie thing, because a lot of those guys there were already going to make it. The only questionable was JT, and let's be honest, you weren't going to leave JT off. He was the best or second best player on that team.
JT had every right
anyway.
to be there as well, 100%.
The pick that Zach Johnson fucked up on, in my opinion, was Sam Burns
Yes.
over Keegan Bradley.
And
his
Scotty, the
reasoning,
criminal pick.
he picked it. You have the best player on the goddamn planet. This guy in the last Ryder Cup smoked John Rahm.
No, you can't fall into
All right,
that
and
world
you
of
say,
like the favorites.
No,
He's my boy. Pick it.
But here,
no.
this is
No more.
this is where I said, all right, Zach Johnson's not the dude.
Yeah.
Was his when he came out and said why he picked Sam Burns? He goes, basically, long story short, he picked him to babysit Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
You need to pick someone to babysit the best player in the goddamn world. Are you kidding me, dude? Sorry, I'm getting heated. I'm getting heated talking about
the
that.
Bryce and Scotty pairing in that Ryder Cup was insane.
You make it simple and you just pick the best 8, because if you start playing he wants this guy wants this guy, and you start getting everyone's argument. Your captain job is to just go get the guys.
You
and that's
can't
it.
pick a guy that's buddies and
No, that's not what it's about. You're gonna become buddies with those guys either way.
because he's gonna feel more comfortable, dude. This Scotty Scheffler is the #1 player on the planet, bro.
Yeah.
He's beating everybody. He'll beat
They
some of
don't
these
play
guys.
team golf every day.
During going into the Ryder Cup, that dude would have beat somebody left-handed.
Yeah.
He was so good at that time.
Yeah.
You don't need him.
Yeah.
You didn't need that. You
I'm
needed
hyped about the
Bryson.
Keegan
You
pick.
needed Keegan. One of those guys.
Yeah.
But I digress. Sorry, you can put me on Zach Johnson.
No,
I'm sorry.
Keegan was, I think, the right pick after all of it. Like Phil said, he was like, at first I was surprised, but the more I sit on it, the more it feels like it's the right pick. And I think that's kind of how everyone feels. And short bit, the foreplay guys said it, and I thought was also interesting, because I think we feel more strongly about the Keegan Bradley pick because of what we saw on the Netflix special.
It's probably
Agreed.
what led,
Agreed. It wouldn't exactly. It wouldn't have. He would never have been captain if it wasn't for Netflix.
We wouldn't have felt so much for him, because
No,
I mean,
but like
they
he would-
exposed
he
stuff
would've
that happened
never-
behind closed doors that we would have never seen.
He would have never.
Netflix
been
is ecstatic about
He would
this
have
right
never
now,
been
by the way.
considered.
Oh, yeah.
Netflix. First of all,
Netflix is like
Netflix
on a
is-
high. They got Scotty
Netflix is
Scheffler
running a-
arrest.
Yeah.
They have
Netflix is
this
running
now.
golf right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The
Well,
way like
long story short, that guy that runs the whole Full Swing Productions thing, PGA Tour just invested $20 million into his company,
of course.
so that they could just produce golf content for them.
Yeah.
I mean, Full Swing. I love Full Swing.
Oh, I love
Great.
it too.
I like it too.
I wish we
get
got
some
more of
criticism.
it.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love everything about it.
I don't know. I think it's amazing.
I
Yeah,
love it.
I love it. Yeah, the criticism is that people don't necessarily like. It's because it's harder. It's with golf. It's harder to do what F1 does, because F1 is like it's like one race,
Every so
whatever,
often, yeah.
Every so often, these guys are playing a full year's worth of like, and it's different storylines, whatever. But
Yeah.
I love Full Swing.
It's a different
I
format.
want
You
more
can't
of it
do it
for
the
sure.
same, but I love.
Yeah,
Like, I think
yeah.
it's full swing.
Well,
It's
they
also
already
geared
they
to
recorded with Rory in the
So-
car when he left the US Open.
season 1. A full swing. It was very for the golf nerd.
Yes,
Wasn't
yes,
very
yes.
good. I know we're going off on a tangent here, but
Yeah, no.
I'll just quickly.
We love
Season 1
tangents.
was like wasn't for the golf nerd. It wasn't for people like us. It was for someone that is
Get into
just
golf. Julie
turns
loves
on
it.
Netflix.
Exactly.
And
Julie
it's like,
loves Full Swing.
exactly. Someone from my wife is like,
Yeah.
babe, watch this
To
so
grow
you,
the
so you
game.
can
She
watch.
loves it. She
to
loves
grow
it.
the
She
game
loves
because
the
they
game.
explain basic stuff, formats of golf. Very, they give you like the very all storylines that we all know.
Right.
Like, we know like the back of our
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah.
Like, everybody knows Spieth and JT are best friends. We
Right.
don't need
Yeah.
to see them, playing thummy
Hanging
sticks in
out,
the car.
yeah.
So like that's not just stuff we need, But season 2 was much better. They
Yes.
gave us some raw stuff,
the
some
Ryder
behind the
Cup
stitch.
stuff
The
was
Ryder
awesome.
Cup stuff was
Awesome.
good. They brought Rory in. You saw some, that stuff, and
The
him having
bigger names
meltdowns
helped
after
too.
majors,
Yeah.
and just like everything, Max Homa, like just.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot better. You're starting to see more, and I think season 3 is going to be sick.
I think
Like,
Season 3 will be good, but will really, really make it great is if Sahith Theegala is in.
Well, so we got to introduce him on Full Swing.
We did actually.
That
a little
was,
bit.
yeah.
He was the
Well,
rookie
that-
highlight.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Yeah.
The story with his dad and
Yeah,
all that.
yeah, yeah.
That made me
so, in my opinion, the Joel Damon and the Sahith episodes were the best
best.
ones.
Joel Damon's the man, bro.
Julie's favorite episode is Joel Damon.
Shout out to Joel.
She actually watched that Joel Damon episode when you.
I'll never forget the moment that Joel.
Joel's an
shook
awesome
my
guy,
hand and
huh?
called me Dre.
the.
I was like, I get
That
that
guy's
happy
a-
now.
you
He's
met
the
him.
fucking man.
He's the man, isn't he?
He's
Huh?
the
What a
dude.
legend that
Yeah,
guy is.
he's so
He's
cool.
so cool.
He's so cool.
So
Maybe
yeah,
one day.
I like the Keegan thing. It's we'll see. The more I think about it, the more I like it. I think I like the change. I like the disruption. I think, I like having a young guy come in, something, kind of getting away from the, the good old boys club that we had. And also just
100%.
these old dudes, bro.
Yeah.
Get these
No,
old guys out of here.
like the more you think about it, because like Kucher's name was floating around, Stuart Sink's name was floating around, and those guys deserve it. But
I think Sink will be a good captain eventually, but like
for the sake of this right now, exactly. I think this is the right play right now.
And also, just from an actual like coaching standpoint and like strategic standpoint, it like I know we're saying because of the Netflix thing and all that, but Keegan grew up playing Bethpage.
Yep, exactly.
He knows the course like the
does.
back of his hand.
No, he
loves that course.
There's a lot more to it.
He's a Boston guy. He's gonna fit. He's gonna be so good with that New York crowd. His personality, like that guy's gonna be a hype man. Yeah. He's already said Michael Jordan is he's a Jordan guy, and Jordan has historically loved the Ryder Cup and been involved in other Ryder Cup teams.
At some capacity.
He's already said he's not gonna be assistant captain, obviously, which some people were floating.
Some people were floating.
That would be sick.
I was like, that ain't gonna happen, guys.
That would be sick. One of my favorite stories on a side note with Jordan, before you continue, is the one with. Have you heard the Ron Whitney one when he played against him?
Oh, that's the best.
The best. It's the best. It's the best.
Just calls him a bitch.
Yeah.
It's the best. But so I think it'll. I mean, I'm the more I think about it, the more I like it.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't work out, and if we lose in New York, it's gonna be.
Oh, that'll be bad. It'll be bad. Yeah.
We got.
That's the whole
no
thing.
one's mad about the pick though.
We can't. No, because of Netflix.
Netflix, yeah.
And because we've had so many shitty captains, and like I said, the bar is set like
so low with Zach.
So low with Zach, like poor guy.
Yeah.
But it's just he wasn't the dude.
Has anyone had a worse year than Zach Johnson?
No.
I mean, Zach Johnson's had it bad.
It's been bad. No. I mean, bro, he's had lash outs on fans. Like, the
guy
has definitely had a year this year.
I mean, he's taken a lot of heat too. But
it's not all his
fault, bro.
But it's not all his fault at the end of the day.
No, it's not. But still. Yeah. So the bar's very low. So I think I don't think it's a horrible pick. But
and we got Olympic golf coming up too.
Oh, that'll be fun.
That'll be fun. I'll save that for another day.
Yeah, that's true.
I hate the Olympic format though. I think they're not that I hate it. I just think that it's like you could make it way cooler.
You probably could, but
it's just like very big. It's like a PGA Tour.
It's a small fucking thing in the big pond, you know.
I understand. I understand, but like so the whole thing they say is the formats because the Olympic Committee said okay PGA because PGA was the one pushing this.
Right.
What's your biggest tournament? What's the format for your biggest events? 4 days of stroke play. Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
That's what we're gonna do. Yeah.
No, bro, you gotta do team events. Like
our
biggest event is the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Mimic that.
You would think that would be
dominate.
No, but you really could. Like you could.
I don't know.
You could set up.
I mean,
First of all, you don't need just one tournament. Like how many swimming events are there, or like gymnastics events or whatever.
It's a full weekend though, right?
You
4 days, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a regular stroke play tournament.
Like in 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's now in the end of July.
End of July.
That's what I'm saying.
It's after the Open.
It's a week after the Open.
Yeah.
Not the week. Well, the golf I think starts a little later though.
I'm pretty sure it's already.
If it is, we do got to give our picks now because I won't be here next week.
Neither will
neither will have. We'll be together.
I won't be here either.
Neither will Andre. So.
Oh no! It's August 1st through the 10th.
Perfect.
That's right, because I know
I'll save my Victor Hovland pick for then.
The Olympic golf tournament, right?
Yeah. So we could record the pod on the 30th.
Yeah, because remember, the Olympics will start. The Olympics will start, but the golf starts a little later.
After.
It starts a little later.
The opening ceremony is like this weekend, isn't it?
This week or next week? It's coming up.
It's coming up. Yeah.
But July 26th.
The thing is that
next weekend.
You could set up the Olympics like they do college golf, where it's like
that would be cool.
Just do like four or 5 players for each team. Cool. You do like a stroke play event, like top pick. It just could be more fun. Or maybe I think it would be cool to do a co-ed Olympic event.
That'd be cool.
Can you imagine like two American guys, and then you have like the Korda sisters or something going there?
You know who
like Nelly Korda and like Lexi or something.
You know who I'm like?
Like Korda or Lexi with Scotty.
Yeah, with Scotty and like I don't know Xander. So just like
Xander, yes.
cool.
Charlie Hall, bro.
Charlie Hall, she's
like stud.
Legend. She's a legend. Did you see the clip? She signed. She autographed a cig.
Yeah.
Just like signing a dart real quick.
I'll just smoke a dart right now for her.
All right, we done
it offline. Right. That does it for today. We ate a fly on camera.
Yeah.
Dave almost ate a cigar on camera. Nonsense was spoken, but it was a very good episode. We hope you guys enjoyed it. And Stay
final
tuned for
major.
a good open,
Yeah.
and we'll see you for the Olympics.
And like, subscribe, comment.
And training
everything.
camp will have started by the time.
Thanks for
we do
having
the
me on
next
again.
one.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
season, baby.
Also, listen up. First
Once-
Step Bets.
Yes,
Step
yes, yes.
bets.
Plug, plug, plug.
Every Thursday, First Step Pod. Join us. We'll be going on. We're doing a huge open special.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be coming
Hey,
out Thursday.
What we do have to do, we're gonna do the first step Tranquilo golf
Yes,
round.
we're going to talk about this as
Very-
soon as we sign off. We're setting this up. It'll be First Step Tranquilo doing
Yeah.
a little
Ooh, I'm
golf
excited
match.
for this.
Yeah, for sure.
This is breaking news to me.
Love it. yeah. Don't worry, it's been talked about.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Peace.